the time this interview is out, Turning Red is going to be out. So congratulations on that release. How has it been kind of building up to that and having it out?
Well, it's taken a while. You know, there's always this lag of time when doing the work and it actually coming out. But I guess, you know, personally, I'm very excited to see the movie because, you know, I've only seen like tiny bits of it. And in some cases, I haven't really seen sort of the match of my voice with the performance because, so I don't actually know what it looks like, even in the bits which I'm in. Some of the bits I saw, but yeah. So, you know, it'll be a revelation to me as well. I did it during, well, it was COVID times, but I was in Australia at the time, so it was pretty good over here. I could still go to a sound studio and you know, and work there. And yeah, and then it was just like matching time zones.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely different with COVID. Was the recording process for you difficult, or was it easy to just record it and send it in?
Well, I've heard that some people have had, you know, were given like recording materials and had to do a setup in their house, and which is really cool that, you know, that we could still work during the time. But for me, I just said, look, in Australia, it's there's no isolation where I was, and so, you know, you can pick a sound studio, then everything can be like professionally done, and I don't have to be I don't have to technically know what to do.
It just makes it easier on you.
Yeah, well, it's I'm also, you know, I also worry about the, you know, whether I'm getting the technical aspects, because, you know, whereas if you get a professional sound recordist, they know what they're doing.
For sure. But for anyone who hasn't heard about this movie or watched it yet, could you give them a quick description of what it's about?
It's a mother-daughter film. Primarily, it's a film about growing up. It's a film about dealing with the, I guess, the, you know, all those turbulent emotions, I guess, as you're getting into teenagerhood, and yeah, and it's a film about family. Yeah.
I mean, what do you hope that viewers take from this movie after watching it?
It's hard for me to say because I haven't seen it myself.
Fair enough.
But I guess I'm hoping that people become, there's a certain fear of emotions, I guess. And one of the things you learn as an actor is that emotions come and emotions go. And you let that happen. You let that, you know, you don't try for something on camera. You don't go, oh, I'm gonna do this, and you sort of set up a situation, and then you let the emotion come or go as it will. And I think a lot of times in life we try and we either hold on to something, and it's like, I can't stop thinking about how that person yelled at me, or you push it away. You're like, I'm not thinking about the fact that, you know, whatever, I'm embarrassed by that, or I'm sad by that, or whatever. And weirdly, pushing it away or holding on to it means that it's kind of just there. Whereas emotions come, emotions go, you know. Sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're embarrassed, and I hope that the movie lets people be more at ease with their emotions.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in the movie, you play Jin. Could you tell us a little bit more about your character and what it was like kind of bringing him to life?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm relatively sort of newly married with child, and and hold on, wait, I'm scared to say too much about my family in case my wife takes offense. Let me see. I guess, you know, Jin is a character who is the quieter person. He is happy doing what he's doing, and to a certain extent, I guess he's. I guess what I've found is that in my family, my wife is so caring and so loving that she does so much research for the baby. She just, you know, she's watching videos and reading and going through health websites and apps and just is, you know, she's so totally dedicated. But that switches over sometimes into, it's a very fine line between dedicated and controlling, I guess, and being always right. But it comes from that caring, that love, right? And I guess Jin understands that and steps back and is there as a supporting, you know, mother and child. But there is no better person to look after her. That's what, and Jin's happy with that role. And Jin's happy that his wife is so caring about the daughter, but then tries to create space between them as well, so that the daughter, you know, can get what she needs, the space, and you know, and the mother can sometimes not be always thinking about the child, and so he tries to create that space as well, and just sees himself as a supporting role.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it really is a family movie, which is great, especially when you just started a family of your own. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
But talking more about you and your career, you've done a lot of movies and TV shows so far in your career. I'm wondering, do you have like a favorite? Do you prefer TV over movie or now voice acting?
Well, this was like this was so much fun because I should end with this actually. So I guess, you know, my last two pieces of work have been my favorite. First Cow, the you know, the opportunity to take a lead in a feature film, working with such amazing people, you know, Kelly Reichardt obviously, but just everybody, you know, the script, the cinematographer, my fellow actors, that was just a highlight of my career. And actually, I believe that's how Domi Shi, the director of this movie, found me as well. She saw the film and heard my voice and thought I could be a soothing influence on that, which is what she saw Jin as. And yeah, and then with Pixar, this is a dream, really. I mean, you know, it's a Pixar movie. Wow. You know, growing up and all of that, with all the history and the films and laughing and crying with the films, and then just experiencing like voice acting. So the thing with, like, you know, film or television is that you spend a lot of time waiting for the cameras to be set up, the backgrounds, the props and everything, and then you go on, you do your thing, and you've got, depending on the size of your production, you've maybe got like 2, 3, 4 takes, and then you're done. Whereas the thing with voice is that you can just throw everything at the and I've always got these ideas. Oh, I could try this. Oh, I could try that. I could try that. And what if I did this voice? Or what if I was so excited? And what if I was like just a little bit despondent? And and I get to do all of the versions because Domi was like, yeah, look, go ahead, just do them one after the other. And so I was like, trying different things out. Not that, I mean, there are scenes which call for a certain thing, and then it's just sort of like the subtlety of where you go. But then there are other scenes where you can just go, okay, it could be anything, let's do this. Which, you don't have the freedom if you're doing, like I said, film and television. You've just got to choose your main thing, and then maybe 1 or 2 others, and then that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you could see yourself doing more voice acting in the future?
Oh yeah, I love it. I just like I said, it's just because I've done so much, film and television in comparison to voice acting. It's just so it's just so freeing to be able to, like I said, just throw all your ideas out, as opposed to like always be finally choosing, okay, it's that one. Yeah, but not that I don't want to do film and TV anymore at all, because there's that every medium has its peculiarities and its satisfactions when you're working. So there is a certain satisfaction in being picky, in considering what your options are, and then having that limitation, and then choosing that one as well. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's great to have creative freedom, especially as an actor. But I'm wondering, for your future, do you have any upcoming projects that you could hint at or talk about?
Not really. Everything's always very secretive. So yeah, I'm working on a couple of things in where I am, and yeah, I can't really say. Can't really say
That's
much.
okay. I'll be on the lookout for it.
Oh.
But my last question for you, is there any advice that you would give either to your younger self or to anyone trying to make it in the industry?
Ooh. It's just there's so many things, but I guess persistence is very important. Do the work. I guess keeping with the theme of emotions, I kind of see the role of an actor is to fall in love with the character to a certain extent, and it's tough auditioning because you're falling in love, and then you don't know, it's like going on that first date. You don't know where it's going to go. It might not go anywhere, but you have to make the effort. You have to fall in love. You have to go out and get a haircut and do your hair and dress up and you have to fall in love. You have to have this basis where you're open, and then it might not work out, but you've fallen in love before, and you've had your heart broken before, and you can do it. So do it, and do the work, and put your heart and soul into it, and be open, and know that if it doesn't work out, you can handle it. You've got it.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so great to talk to you.
Pleasure.